Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, let me apologize for my laxity in posting and being so lax in responding to your questions and emails. Uh, I've been very sick for the last 5 or 6 days. I've had both strep throat and the flu, which have been absolutely awful. I haven't had strep since I was a kid. I've never had the flu, actually, never had a flu shot, which was kind of silly because I always thought, oh, I'm young, I'm healthy, I'm just not going to get the flu. Why do I need a flu shot? How stupid was that logic? But I can tell you, after having the flu, I will never miss a flu shot. I'll be getting one every year. It was absolutely terrible. I was laid up in bed with a fever around 103 degrees, just aches and pains and generally being miserable. But again, let me apologize to you for not at least sending a reply to some of your emails and acknowledging that I got the question or requests for clothing, that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I did see a few interesting questions while I was looking, and this one from Vance is certainly up there. And here we go. He says, "Hello, Mark. I'm a Southern boy too, from Birmingham, and going to school in Nashville. I have a great boyfriend that I've dated almost a year. He's hot and we get along great, but the problem I'm having is some of my friends occasionally make jokes about his ethnicity, which is Indian. It bothers me more than it bothers him. How do you recommend I bring this up to my friends, or should I ignore it? P.S. If you ever get to Nashville, we will treat you to lunch." Vance, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I would probably take you up on that. Nashville does happen to be one of my favorite cities in the South. Very cool, very pretty, very clean city. But anyway, so my advice for you is, first of all, just take a quick second to analyze the situation. Let's just start off with saying that there's never an excuse to make fun of somebody's gender, race, ethnicity, mental capacity. There's one of my pet peeves is if I see somebody mocking a disabled person or mentally challenged, that really sends me over the edge. But there's no reason to insult people, for no reason. Um, but I think what you need to distinguish, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because you said it bothers you much more than it bothers your boyfriend. So what you need to kind of figure out is, are they kind of joking? Are your friends and your boyfriend joking together? Are they friendly as well? Because sometimes you see friends who, they kind of gently insult each other in ways that if it were two strangers doing would really cause some trouble. But with friends, those boundaries get blurred and they both find it funny or whatever it may be. So make sure that's not the case and that you're not just being oversensitive because that's your boyfriend and it's touching, a certain spot in you. But, if these people are really mocking your boyfriend and it's done with a kind of spirit of being hurtful and all of that, I think you need some new friends, personally. I would drop the ones that don't have enough tact and enough sense not to say that kind of stuff. If they're close friends of yours, some of the ones that are saying this, maybe before you ended that friendship, I would sit down and I would say, look, I really care about this guy. We get along great. He, could be a long-term partner, and it really hurts me to hear you guys say this. So, please cut the jokes. I don't know if you realize how hurtful they are, but they are, so stop it. And then if they don't respect that, then you certainly need to kick them to the curb. But yeah, I mean that's what I would do. And there's just no reason for that kind of. If they're your friends and they see that you've got a good boyfriend that you get along with, there's no reason they should be anything but happy for you. And one thing we all have to be on the lookout for in life are these toxic people. That some of them can be friends, some of them could even be in your family, and some can be strangers. But there are toxic people who just don't like to see other people happy. They don't like to see other people doing well because they're either very discontented with their own lives or they have a lack of happiness, lack of joy, and so that they project that onto other people. Um, I see that quite a bit. But that's just, I think anytime you build something successful, whether it is a business, a relationship, a marriage, a career, I don't care what it is, if you build something successful and you take some time to reflect and you look around, you will be standing on a mountain of other people's insults, lies, criticisms, troublemaking, all that stuff, etc., etc., etc. Um, you will always have to contend with somebody in some form or fashion trying to, cause trouble for you in whatever area of your life happens to be going well at the time. So it could be your friends are very jealous that you have such a good guy in your life, and they think, oh, it's and that's their, that gives them the motivation to make fun of him. But don't let other people's opinions or insults or anything like that even remotely steer you in your decision making for a relationship or for anything else for that matter. There's going to be people who make fun of you or your boyfriend, or people who make fun of me, and probably each one of you watching this. That's you ignore all that stuff. You just have to realize there are certain bitter, unhappy, nasty people out there. Brush them off. Don't think twice about them, and do what makes you happy with some discretion, of course. I mean, you don't want to disregard your friends in every way. Sometimes they are giving you wise and sage advice, but that's usually pretty easy to recognize because it doesn't come in a form of mockery or insults or things like that. Um, so anyway, that's my advice, Vance. I hope you find it helpful, and good luck to you and your boyfriend. And certainly, I will take you up on that lunch if I'm in Nashville anytime soon. So you guys have a great evening. Thanks again for tuning in.